Hello my lovelies, and welcome back to Sondering Tarot. The deck we'll be using for today's daily tarot reading is the Tarot of the Witch's Garden. It's listed in the description box down below. Anyway, this is your daily tarot reading for the 17th of October 2024, and we once again have the Three Ships Tapestry on the table. If you're well acquainted with my channel, you know what that means. Anyway, let's go ahead and jump in and see what this tapestry has to deal with your reading for today, because there's always a connection when this one comes out to play. Alright, my lovelies, I am back. All your cards are on the table. There's actually a decent amount of them. We have no aces. We have 9 major arcanas. We also have 1 synchronicity showing up here. We do have 999. And if you count the number of majors, we have 9999. So you can take either or on that. You might actually see both. So, best part of your day. We start off with the Six of Wands. The Emperor in reverse. Temperance. The Hermit in the reverse. Justice in the reverse. The Hangman in the reverse. The Star in the reverse. And the Fool in the reverse. Okay. This is a roundabout way to kind of say this, but I find it interesting that we have so many majors in a row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have 7 in a row. But best for your day is really knowing that if it's yours, if it's meant to be yours, if it's destined to be yours, it's going to be yours. There's always things in life that we think are beyond our control, that we have no way of orchestrating, putting forth, achieving, getting. This is where our ego usually stops us. However, we are creatures that co-create with the universe, and on a collective level, not just with us as individuals, but on the collective level, we're a part of the whole. We are a part of the many, and we're never alone. So, it's this realization that actually can help us, instead of doubting that something will not be ours. We realize that opportunities that are for us will never pass us by. The things that are meant for us will never pass us by. There are certain things that are for certain, and they are ours regardless of anything else that may happen. So fears, doubts, those are just the white noise. Those are the distractions. Those are the ego mind speaking. Okay, so collective manifestation. We're dealing also with soul contracts, divine timing of soul contracts. Even I know we have the Star card here and the reverse pertaining to other things, but like I said, if it's yours, it'll never pass you by, regardless of what that is. You know, a specific place to live, certain people in your life, certain jobs you have, certain lessons that you learn. If it is something necessary, it's part of your soul contract. Those are key milestones that will come about in one way or another in divine timing. So you have them. Okay, so some reassurance here going on. If it is meant to be yours, there's no point in stressing about it. It will be yours. Okay, worst part of our day, we have Judgment in the reverse. The Nine of Cups. Oh yeah, the Three of Swords. followed by the Nine of Swords. Okay, this is where that ego mind takes over, where we agonize and nitpick and tear everything apart, run ourselves down, tell ourselves that there's no way that we can have that, we deserve that, or that we're ever going to get that or ever achieve that. This is where the naysaying comes in. This is where we beat ourselves up. This is where we overanalyze. This is where the ego trip and self-sabotage comes on in. This is that white noise, that derailment. Okay. So here's the question is, hey, what are you guys doubting? There's something that is obviously meant to be yours. Something going on in your world where divine timing, your soul contract, is in effect. And knowing that is the reassurance, is that, hey, it'll never pass you by. If it's yours, it's yours. It will happen regardless. Even if it gets delayed a little bit, it will happen. So sounds like for the collective, a lot of us are hitting milestones. We're hitting markers in our soul contracts. And we can actually use that energy and flow into it and make sure things go smoother. Or we can self-sabotage and get in the universe's way by repelling all that, by putting out the opposite energy, to not be prepared to receive, to obstruct what needs to happen. That part I don't like so much, but that's just me. Alright, let's get into our obstacle, or how to get over the obstacle for the day, just to see what comes up. We start off with the Eight of Cups, the Knight of Cups in the reverse, the Three of Cups, the Nine of Wands, the Moon, the Five of Cups, there it is, and the Eight of Wands. Yeah, leave behind all that self-sabotage energy, all the naysaying, the, self-reproaching energy that our ego mind's gonna throw at us. Instead, stick with being nice to yourself. Be, supportive of yourself. Be comforting to yourself. Remind yourself that, yes, if it's meant to be yours, it will be. Regardless of anything else that is going on. Don't give in to that doubt whatsoever. That doubt is just there to bring your energy low and corrupt everything, to make it worse. So by being more supportive, more caring, more nurturing, giving yourself that pep talk, giving yourself those reminders, staying in that co-creation flow, that's how you move past that self-sabotage moment. That way you're open to receive. That way you're in a position where what's trying to come in, that is obviously meant for you, that's yours, because that's how it's showing up, will quickly make its way towards you. Why? Because you're allowing the energy to flow freely, which makes it easier. After all, a boat, when it's in a river, moves swifter when it's flowing with the current, when it's flowing downstream. However, if we get stubborn and we reverse the flow and we try to paddle upstream, we don't get very far very fast. Why? Because we're going against the resistance. So let's try not to do that. Let's try not to self-sabotage. Let's try not to give in to fears and doubts. This isn't so much coming up as a lack of self-esteem or self-confidence. It's just, hey, don't naysay things. Don't give in to the fear and the doubt portion. It's one of those, don't forget, if you can think it, if you can dream it, you can believe it, then you can make it real. Thoughts become things. So if you're spending all this time beating yourself up, agonizing over something that you think will never happen, can never happen, so it won't happen, well, guess what? It really won't happen. This is why this is important, because you're changing the flow of the energy. And that's not what we need to do right now. I'm really curious as to what this is in your guys' soul contracts, but it is a general reading, so I'm not going to dive deeper as far as what that is. As part of the collective, that's going to show up in a variety of ways. For some of us, that's a person. You know, you need to go to a certain place and meet a certain person. Why? Because they're part of your soul tribe. Or, hey, you got to have more confidence that the job that you're thinking about applying for is one that is right for you, and actually apply instead of go like, oh, well, I'll never be able to, you know, score an interview, let alone win the job, so I just won't apply. You know, that's the kind of voice you really just need to tell to shut up. That's exactly what the ego mind feeds us. Okay, I think we're good to move on. I've got nothing else here for energy. But I did up all your cards. Everything here adds up to 156, which also reduces to 3. And in my current numerology, that's basically groups of people, in other words, the collective, coming together for positive way forward, or in this case, gifts. We have two aspects with that number. In this case, we're talking about gifts. We have certain mile markers, certain things that are ours. So when the universe is trying to gift us something, to bring something in, we have to be receptive. We also have to be in the right vibration. Hence, not being in resistance. Hence, not sabotaging and putting up a wall so things are delayed. Okay, someone or something is trying to make its way towards you. And I still have that urge to pull more cards, but general reading, so I'm going to refrain. I will fight that urge. And for those of you that do like the astrology, there's actually quite a few placements for today, if I remember right, because it is a full moon as well. But we have Venus and Scorpio sextiling Pluto and Capricorn. So this is where you strengthen emotional bonds. You can feel connections deepen. You be passionate in love and want to be as close as possible. In this case, the universe is trying to connect you with something, someone or something. And as that connection tries to come through and is forged, like I said, it kind of resonates as mile markers of your soul contract. So something important. This is where you have that ego mind stepping in. This is where you have chances of resistance. So that's always something, a hurdle to get over. You always get tested first, and that's kind of what's going on. Venus enters Sagittarius. So this is where, yes, you are very adventurous and a little bit more daring when it comes to love and romance, even being gregarious with others. You might actually even require some more space to do your own thing. And then, of course, we have the full moon, as I said earlier, which is actually in Aries for today. So, yes, you are invested, especially in things where you are putting your energy, emotionally invested, I should say, surprisingly, with this placement. You use that emotion to actually inspire you to move forward, to take the initiative, to take action. You can be energized what you feel and by what you think when taking those actions as well. The moon also enters Taurus, so this is where grounding yourself, being stable, secure, can help you with the emotional aspect. Believe it or not, you can become more centered and more calm with that. And in this case, you don't want your ego mind to self-sabotage you to the point where it disrupts your calm, where it disrupts your inner peace, and creates that resistance, that blockage of the flow of energy. And we want to stay in that co-creation energy. We want to stay as the alchemist. We are a part of the whole, and as part of the universe, we need to be able to work in tandem rather than putting ourselves separate from it and making a blockade. Okay. Not surprised with this tapestry. Anyway, I'm going to stop babbling. I'm going to go ahead and leave this here for you. And if it resonates, by all means, give me a thumbs up. And if it doesn't, no worries. It is a general reading after all. So please take what resonates, leave the rest. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye.